Hey everyone, welcome back to TBM. Thank you for stopping by, and whenever you're watching it, good morning, good afternoon, whatever it may be. Hope you all are doing well. Let's get into the action now. This little getaway day as we get into the Thursday festivities around Major League Baseball. We'll talk about the 5 games we have in play. We'll recap yesterday real quickly and get you guys out of here quick. So go find a pool, golf course, go fishing, do something. It's beautiful out before winter comes. This is something where you take advantage of these July months, but got to watch out for the bugs and poison ivy. I got a little bit of this burn here going on here from looking for balls in the woods. I don't care if they're $6 for a Pro V1. That's going to be my last time I go in the woods. I say that every year, but I do get poison ivy pretty bad. So got to keep the ball in the fairway. All right, but where's the fun in that? All right, let's get into it. The bets from yesterday, 3-0 on the card. We took care of business. I did a little housekeeping, got the brooms out, and one where we talk about we had the over, a little contrarian play for a lot of people out there in the market. We bet against the Max Fried numbers. New York and Toronto going over. Shohei, he showed out as we took him over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And we had the last game that we did cash was the Milwaukee Brewers there on the money line. So plus money in a couple bets, and that's a good little unit stack as we keep grinding out this Major League Baseball season, okay? And that's kind of where I'm at. If you guys are doing or keeping records of what you're doing, this is kind of where we get into the thick of it, right? We're more than halfway through. Football season's right around the corner. Stay organized, stay on top of it. We're right around the trade deadline as well. So as we approach that, I'm kind of looking forward to do some power ranking shifts, right? It does add some excitement, and as we handicap the teams in the major leagues, it definitely does kind of impact, I think, what we're going to see from some of the top contenders, and probably more so the way that I do use the trade deadline is the teams that are weakening, okay? So when you see some these horses kind of pull off the reins and they basically wave that white flag for the remainder of the 2025 season, that's kind of where we look to attack them or against them, I should say, as we will fade some teams more so due to the trade deadline. So that's just how I am. You know, it's easier to take a step back than take a step forward, especially when you're playing at the highest level. So just a little bit of my game plan and my rationale moving forward. Okay, so let's get into the action. The first game on the docket, Cleveland and Baltimore. Okay. I'm going right to it. This will be the first official play. We will use Outlier to do all this. If you have not done so, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join us right here on TBM Sports. And we'll get into the card here as we look at the Baltimore-Cleveland game at the top of your screen. All right, and you can see kind of how we're shading towards the over. All right, that's kind of where this game or these games have went, especially after seeing one game yesterday that went under the total. It was a 3-2 outcome. As Cleveland, hell of a ball game too, I will add. If you do watch the games in their entirety, any given night I usually have about 4 to 8 games on at once. Unless it gets down to the late night hours where we're kind of waiting for like a last leg to come through, or a little West Coast action where we just have one late night a game. But I do think that this was one that was really good yesterday. Jose Ramirez, what a tear he's been on. Just for argument's sake, I will pull up some of his box scores, and you can kind of see what I'm doing here with Outlier as we do look to use this platform. This is basically my favorite thing to use in the market. If you don't want to get the premium, I suggest just getting the regular basics. Try it for 7 days. There will be a link down below. But simply, guys, it saves you the most time, and time is so valuable, as well as how fast it does shift if you're betting in-game, and also the prop markets. It's just absolutely incredible what it does provide you on the fly. Okay, so check it out. Links down below. But as we look at Jose, and this is where we're talking about the hits, runs, RBIs. What a performance he's had. Okay. Also, kind of looking at one thing that I did notice with him. Look at the bags. Okay, stolen bases. I know it's not really revealing here, and the odds do reflect it. Plus 175. When you do bet this, you kind of want to find an on-base percentage that does back it up. They go hand in hand. Obviously, you can't steal a base if you're not on base. But as we look at Jose over his last 20 games, this is a 30% hit rate at almost a 2-to-1 number. So it is something that does provide a touch of value if you guys are looking for some long shots. If this number ever does creep up to something insane, that's definitely where I look to target Jose with a swipe. That's something that just not a bet, not an official play, just something I'm throwing out there for you guys. But also, I do think the doubles market, that's a nice one. And like I talk about a lot, the hits, runs, RBIs, look at these numbers here, 55% cash rate. The numbers are at plus money. I do like 55% at a plus money proposition. If this was something where it was like minus 120 to lay over 2.5, I'm not going to get involved. But Jose's staying hot, pretty much top 3, top 5 in every offensive statistic as of recent. And it's just something I wanted to kind of showcase, because I don't think he gets enough praise. So just kind of giving Jose a little bit of a spotlight here, and I can because I wanted to. So that's kind of where we're at. But no bets for me. And I do want to kind of get back into it as I talk about these games. When I talk about, I go over each and every game, okay? And I have some comments that I wanted to address that I do have in my videos from time to time. Just because I say I like something doesn't mean it's an official bet, okay? When you stick around to the end, you hear my recap. Those are my plays, okay? So when I track all my data, my spreadsheets, those are the plays that I'm using. Those are the plays that I'm giving out, and those are my free picks, okay? So if you hear me talk about a game that I just like or I have a lean, those aren't official plays. So just keep that in mind as we navigate through this card and future cards, so that you guys all kind of understand where I'm coming from, okay? Because I think a lot of people are confused when I talk about a game. I'm just going over it because pretty much everybody here watching wants me to go over each and every single game. So that's kind of why we run the board, okay? It doesn't mean that I'm betting each and every single game. Keep that in mind, okay? But I am going to be back in the Guardians, okay? Charlie Morton going against Logan Allen. This one is, you look at kind of Logan Allen going against the Baltimore Orioles in his last start pretty much recently. It's something where I just think that Cleveland at minus 112 at home, way too cheap. I'm never a fan of Charlie Morton this year, and I think that as you look for Cleveland to kind of put a bow on this one, as they've won 4 straight. Guards stay hot. They won 8 out of their last 10 games, one of the hottest teams in baseball going, as they look to improve upon their 51-50 record. I do worry that they are going to be sellers at the trade deadline, so it will be kind of unfortunate to see Clase, Kwani get moved. You know, and I hate to say it as a diehard Cleveland fan, but if they were to move Jose Ramirez, I just hope he gets a ring, because he definitely does deserve it. Took a very favorable deal, a club-friendly deal, I should say, to stay in Cleveland. And they kind of, I hate to say it, but they kind of, you know, broke his back a little bit with that deal. And you know what he came from, he's a great person from all accounts, and I did get to meet him a couple times, but doesn't speak a lick of English. But anyways, I digress. The point I'm trying to make is I want the best for him in his career. I'd love to see him put a ring on it. And so if he does get moved to the Yankees, Dodgers eventually, what have you, just wishing him the best. But that's where I'm at. I'm laying Cleveland minus 112. Let's get it. That will be my first official play. We're going to skip the Blue Jays and Tigers, save it for last, because that is going to be a game I do have another play in. Okay, so we'll talk Padres and Cardinals. This is a game where I do have 2 totals on today's card that I do like a little bit. Going over, sometimes you get these getaway days. They save bullpens. They may leave pitchers out a little bit longer as they look for divisional weekend series, stuff like that. Darvish, he's kind of washed up as we look for Sonny Gray as well. 9-4 on the year, 4.04 ERA for the Cards. One thing about them, though, as we look at it, and I will kind of move the screen down so you guys can see what I'm working with. This is where we look for these teams really haven't scored too many runs, right? The Cardinals went on a pretty fair streak where they scored 9 runs or more. But since then, guys, outside of the Cardinals, the Padres, 3 of their last 10 games, okay? So I don't really trust the Padres bats right now, which is crazy considering their lineup and all that potential offensively, all right? And the funny thing about the Padres is they have been winning a lot of those games, albeit they have been kind of lower scoring. So the Padres plus 116, not going to get in love with that. I don't like the Cardinals. I don't like the sides, but I would approach this if I was going to bet it, going over the total 8.5 at plus 105. That's a bet I lean towards, okay? Next game we will look into, this will be Houston and the Athletics, okay? Severino going against Alexander. This is a game where I just definitely think that we do have to look into the favor of the Houston Astros at minus 125, okay? Yes, Alexander did get beat up. Yes, we talk about Oakland, Sacramento, whatever you want to call them, Vegas. Severino's just not there either. I do think the Astros bats are a little bit better right now in present day. Their lineup is rattled and ravaged, I should say, with injuries. So that's kind of how I feel about it. Houston's won 4 straight. I do think this is a very cheap price for them at home to kind of steal this game. Also, I do lend towards the over as well at 8.5. I think this could be a little bit of a shootout, but that's kind of how I feel about Athletics and the Astros, okay? And the last game that I do have a kind of a lean on is the Mariners and Angels, okay? As we look at this one, very shocking, as you see on the bottom of your screen. You can't really see it too well, so I will try to zoom out so you can, okay? And that's where you can see the under 9, okay, and the over 9, whichever one you want to prefer. Right now, the handle is 85% of the handle is on the under, albeit 50% of the betting splits towards split right down the middle between the tickets printed. So that's how you look at the betting splits. I don't think there's a lot of action right now currently. This is the last game on the card, late night game. I do expect to get a little bit more throughout the day. But as I'm making this video and talking to you guys, I think the wind's blowing out in Los Angeles, dead outs to center field, I believe. I think this is one where we could get some runs as well, okay? If this game was in Seattle, it would be a little different, but both of these teams have been doing exceedingly well towards the over. Get a little wind behind us. I think this one could go into double digits, so the over 9 is where I would lean if I was going to bet it. Also, I kind of do like Seattle plus 115 going against Kikuchi, okay? No official play, but I'm just kind of liking a couple totals going over between the Houston Angels and the Padres game, all three of those going over, okay? But the last game that I will kind of talk about is the Toronto Blue Jays and Detroit Tigers as we get Lauer going against Olsen. A lot of momentum as the Blue Jays had beat the Yankees last night 8-4. Yeah, I think they stay hot, and I think this is one where we get some plus money on Toronto at plus 115. You know, I just quite frankly like this bet. If not the Cleveland game, this might be my second favorite pick of the day. So I'm backing the Blue Jays here at plus 115. Look for them to get the job done and keep the momentum going, as they have won 5 of their last 6 games. So as we look at that, also for all you parlay builders out there, Toronto has covered the run line in 90% of their last 10 games, 9 out of 10. So I do think the Blue Jays have a very strong edge in this contest tonight. So unless they lay a dud, I just definitely like Toronto here and Cleveland. Those will be my 2 official plays. So I wanted to kind of just get out a quick rundown of the 5 games on the slate. No, I know I talked a little off the cuff and got a little off script, but hey, we had some time to do it. So I want to just kind of get this video out and show you guys kind of what I'm looking at for the Thursday card. Okay, so quick recap, my official plays that we're going to dive into for the 2 games that I have bets on. Those will be the Cleveland and Toronto money lines. Leans would be pretty much the last 3, the other remaining 3 games. Okay, so we're talking Padres, Astros, and Angels. I do like the overs in all 3 of those contests. Okay, but the 2 official plays will be Toronto and Cleveland money lines. All right, so enjoy it. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you guys all tomorrow. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join us. Also, feel free to leave a comment. What kind of content do you want for my football previews? We're going to try to get some stuff out here as training camps are going to be commencing very shortly. So if you guys want futures market previews, stuff like that, award previews, offensive statistic previews, I can do all those things. Also rookie bets. I may just do one live stream to cover all that information. But if you do have anything in specific, even college football, as I'm working on a lot of those power rankings right now, feel free. Win totals, please leave a comment down below what you guys would like to see, and I will get that stuff out as soon as I can. So appreciate it. Enjoy it. Let's cash some tickets, keep the money going, and we'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.